name's Viljoen. I own Woodstock Brewery. In March, when the virus, when COVID hit South Africa, obviously we were, like everyone else, we had to shut down, go into a hard lockdown. About 3 weeks into the lockdown, I volunteered to help a friend at a soup kitchen, and it was at that point that I realized that cooking soup could be done in the brewery, very, very large scale. And so we started. Our first batch was about 2,000 litres. Demand grew quite quickly because obviously there were a lot of people that were sort of pretty much on the breadline, and when salaries and things like that weren't getting paid, a lot of families had food security issues. So we started fundraising through friends of the Woodstock Brewery and friends of mine, and that grew, and we used that to buy large amounts of vegetables and ingredients for the soup. And then over the last 9 months, 10 months, we've continued, improved processes. We got a lot of volunteers in the early days, and later we changed the processes, needed less people, and in fact the other day 2 of us managed to do the entire cook of 7,000 litres of soup, 7,500 litres. So that's not ideal because it's a lot of work, but and a lot of loading, but we've sort of smoothed out the processes. We've cut some holes in the kitchen floor, which is directly above the brew house. So we use a hoist to lift the vegetables and the other ingredients, and they get dropped down through a hole in the floor, through a pipe, and straight into the mash tuns that we use for the brewing. There have been some complications with the volume of cooking that we've been doing. We've had to replace steam lines, full refurbishment of the boiler, but in the process we've had a lot of help from industry, our boiler company, our suppliers, Rhodes Foods Group, Kerry International supply a lot of ingredients that make it make it very cheap to make this food. So we're looking for ongoing support. Yeah, I think today we are sending out 25,000 meals, and this is pretty much close to the highest that we've done in a single day. I think it was a little higher in about June or July, but we've seen a very, very quick uptick in the demand very recently, and I think that means that it's partly because we've carried on and been providing all of our soup kitchens all the way through, but I think it's also because everybody has run out of the resources and funds and savings, and food security has become a very, very big problem. Where to next? Continue fundraising, continue serving our communities, trying to get another vehicle on board to help the poorest communities that aren't able to collect, to help our delivery fleet as well, which is hard at work. It's all day, and yeah, hopefully the curve flattens and we can get back to work, and people can start working again. Jobs save lives after all, and yeah, hopefully we can quite soon put this behind us. So yes, the industry was hard hit, and it's a word that I don't like very much, but being able to pivot, some of my colleagues in the industry have repurposed their breweries to make hand sanitizer and alcohol for that. We went for the food, looking to provide food because we feel that that's where we can do best. Our processes and our brewery is built in a manner that it lends itself to be used for the soup. Our staff are portion of their salaries covered by the donations. So how we calculate what we claim from the non-profit that covers us, that we also raise funds for, is a minimum wage portion of all the staff that work on soup. A few of my staff don't work on soup. We're using our portion of our kitchen to do heat-to-eat meals and cold pressed juices. But all of my staff that work on the soup initiative qualify for a minimum wage and a travel subsidy, and that's how we've managed to keep them employed. And hopefully, by the time that the Mothership project gets going, we'll be able to put some staff there to train up new people. Hopefully, we'll be creating some jobs. And yeah, the reason that we went for the soup thing is because, if you think how many jobs are lost and how many people have got their hands full caring for others with COVID and so forth, it's logical to know that in a country with already very high unemployment, that food security would become critical, and it has. So we've worked quite closely with the City of Cape Town for distributions. We work with the disaster management to find the locations. We get a lot of applications daily, which we try to take on board as best possible. Today we've got a lot of maintenance that we've got to do, clean steam lines and fix weld steam lines and repair to keep it a safe working environment. We've had this going for 9 or 10 months, and it's busier than it's ever been. Cooking once, sometimes twice a day, has an enormous toll on our equipment, but it's ongoing maintenance. We've had breakages that we just fix and replace in an industrial brewery. Where something breaks, we've got pumps on the shelf. When a pump breaks, it's taken in. When the shredders machines break, they get taken in. There's always one in stock, so we can carry on. So today is a big maintenance day, and hopefully by June, July, we'll have the Mothership operational. Yesterday, so this is only the soup portion meal. So we've done a lot of distribution of other products. Yesterday we hit the magic 3 million meals, which is 1 million litres of soup that we've cooked here. It's about the size of an Olympic swimming pool. Or if you see it in the number of people, it's 60 times the Cape Town Stadium full in the number of meals. 60 times, all the people full, a meal each. Yeah, look, it was my idea in the beginning, but I think breweries have historically, over centuries ago, when there was famine and disease, breweries have been used to feed in times of food security issues.